Good day sa inyong lahat. I'm Engineer Joy. This is the Movers Vlog, your ultimate guide to top the exam. So, ngayon, another exams or another subject na naman yung itatakal ko this tutorial. And this tutorial video is all about algebra, the field properties of real number system. So, yan yung itatakal ko ngayon. So, I'm so excited dahil ito yung aking subject na ituturo sa inyo ngayon. So, to start, let me share with you my screen. Okay. So, siguro sa inyo, medyo nahihirapan po kayo sa take ng algebra. So, ito, very basic lang po muna yung tuturo ko. The next time, marami po akong i-share sa inyo. Okay? So, very basic lang to kasi ito ay isang properties lang or ano lang po to, very basic knowledge pagdating po sa algebra. So, this is field properties of the real number system. With yours truly, Engineer Joy. So, yung source nasa baba lang po yan. Okay, so let's begin. Field properties. Okay, so ano yung real numbers? So, kung ano yung nakikita nyo na numbers, that is a real number. Anyways, guys, for the most part in algebra, you will be concerned with the set of real numbers along with two operations like that addition and multiplication. Okay, so denoted by plus symbol, that is addition, and of course the multiplication, that is a symbol of multiplication or times, or minsan denoted po siya ng asterisk, times, yan, or naka-asterisk, that is multiplication, or minsan tuldok. Yan po yung ano natin, denotation pagdating po sa addition and multiplication. So, the parts of an addition, of course, that's addend plus addend is equals sum. For the parts of multiplication, factor times factor is equal product. When no confusion will occur, the notation A times B, or A parenthesis with B, open and close parenthesis B, or open and close parenthesis A times B, or open and close parenthesis A and open and close parenthesis B, or A asterisk B, that is all multiplication. Okay, so we can also use point, or ito pong point para sa multiplication, like A point B, that is multiplication. Okay, so let's proceed. Now, there are different field properties. So, throughout this section, we will let A, B, and C represent any numbers that are members of the set of real numbers, known as the field properties. So, the first property is the closure property. So, the closure property is like this: A plus B and AB are real numbers. So A plus B, that is for addition. This is A times B, or AB, that's for the multiplication. So closure property is the sum or product of any two real number is also a real number. So for example, 1 plus 2 is equals 3, and 1 times 2 is equals 2. So these are real numbers. 1, 2, 3 is real numbers. 1, 2, 3 also real numbers. Okay, so that is closure property. The next property is the commutative property. So, commutative property, ganito po yun. A plus B is equals B plus A. So, as you can see, nag-interchange po yung position ng A and B. Pero, ibig sabihin, since there's an equal sign, ibig sabihin parehas lang sila kahit mag-change ng position. In multiplication naman, A times B is equals B times A. So, kahit mag-change sila ng position, still, parehas pa rin sila ng sagot. So, what is commutative property? Means you can switch the order of the two numbers when you add or multiply without changing the answer. So, for example, 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. And 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. Sorry for this. So, dapat equal siya. Okay? Hindi siya plus. Okay. Next, 2 times 5 is equals 10. And 5 times 2 is equals 10. So, as you can see, in addition, mag-change man yung position ng A at B, still, the answer is same with B plus A. Same with the multiplication. So, this is A times B is same with B times A. Now, let's proceed to another property. The next property is the associative property. So, what is associative property? So, let A, B, C is our representation. A, open parenthesis A plus B, close parenthesis plus C is equal with A plus open parenthesis B plus C and close parenthesis. That is for addition. And for multiplication, open parenthesis A times B and close parenthesis times C is equals to A times open parenthesis B times C and close parenthesis. So it means, or we can also read this, the quantity of A plus B plus C is equals A plus the quantity of B plus C, and the quantity of A times B times C is equals to A times the quantity of B times C. So what is associative property? It tells you how to work with sums more than 2 addends and products with more than 2 factors. It tells you the way the addends or factors are grouped does not affect the sum or product. So for example, for addition, let's check this out. So the quantity of 3, which is, this is A, and plus 1, that is, this is B, and plus 5 is equals, so if we add this 1, 3 plus 1, the answer is 4, plus 5, okay, so equals 9. Now, since this is associative property, the A, which is 3, plus 1, the quantity of 1, and 5, the quantity of B plus C, the answer is, okay, so we copy the 3 plus the answer of this, 1 plus 5 is equal 6. So the answer is 9. Next, for this, for the multiplication, so 3 represents the A, 2 is the B, 5 and is the C. So since this is in the PEMDAS rule, we need to multiply first in the parentheses. Okay, so the quantity of 3 times 2 times 5, so 3 times 2 is 6 times 5, that is 30. Now, 3 times the quantity of 2 times 5 is equals 3. This is the answer. This is letter A times the answer of B times C. B times C, which is 2 times 5, is equals 10. So the answer now is 30. So that is associative property. Okay, so let's proceed to another property. This is the distributive property. So in distributive property, A times the quantity of B plus C is equals to AB, A times B plus A times C. And B, the quantity of B plus C times A is equals to B times A plus C times A. Okay, so what is distributive property? Means there are two ways of evaluating certain expressions that involve both addition and multiplication. Okay, so example, this one. So let A is equals to 4. Let B is equals to 3. And let C is equals to 5. So, using this formula, so A times B plus A times C. So, let's find out the answer. So 4 times 3 is 1, and 4 times 5, so this 1 is equals to, so 4 times 3 is equal to 12, plus 4 times 5 is equals to 20. Okay, so now let's add these two numbers. Then the answer is 32. Okay, so let's proceed to another problem. Okay, so since we interchange the parentheses, but the answer is still the same. So how? So since 3 is B and C is 5 and A is 4, so we just interchange the parentheses, then we come up to same answer. So 4 times 3 become 4 times 3, then 4 times 5. So therefore, the answer is 12 and 20. We add this 2 and it becomes 32. So, the same answer. Now, let's proceed to another property, and this is additive identity property. In additive identity property, wherein A plus 0 is equals A and 0 plus A is equals A. So, it ensures that 0 is the real number and that its sum with any number is the number. So, for example, 3 plus 0 is equals 3 and 0 plus 3 is equal 3. 0 is the only number that works this way. Next is the multiplicative identity property. So, there exists a real number denoted 1 such that A times 1 is equals A and 1 times A is equals A. So, this property ensures that 1 is a real number and that its product with any number is the number. 1 is the only number for which this is true. Thus, 3 times 1 equals 3, and 1 times 3 is equals 3. So let's proceed to another property, and this is the additive inverse property. So this is inverse. Okay, let's change this with inverse. So a plus negative a is equals 0, and negative a plus a is equals 0. So additive inverse property means that for every number, there's another number opposite to it in sign, which when added to the number gives 0. So for example, 2 plus negative 2 is equal 0, and negative 2 plus 2 is equal 0. Another property is the multiplicative inverse property. So for every non-zero real number a, there exists a real number denoted a raised to negative 1, or 1/2. A raised to negative 1 is also 1 over a. Okay? So multiplicative inverse property means for every real number, excluding the number 0, there is another real number which when multiplied times the number gives 1. So for example, 2 times 1/2 is equals 1, and 1/2 times 2 is equals 1. So for subtraction and division, subtraction, a minus b is equals to a plus negative b. And for example, 2 minus the negative 5 is equals 2 plus 5. So as you can see, the negative sign here becomes positive. It's changed sign. This definition means that when you want to subtract one number from another number, change the sign of the number being subtracted, the number on the right, and then work the problem as an addition problem. Thus, that is, for example, 2 plus 5 is equals 7. Another example, 2 minus 5. So this time, 5 is positive. So equals 2 plus negative 5 is equals to negative 3. Therefore, number 5 change its sign from positive to negative. That's why it's become negative 3. To indicate negative numbers, negative 5 is with negative 8, or negative 5 rather, and lies 5 units to the left of 0 on the number line. To indicate the additive inverse, negative times negative 5, that is the negative of negative 5, is equals 5. To indicate subtraction, 2 minus negative 5 is equals to 2 plus 5, and it becomes 7. For division, since every number except 0 has multiplicative inverse, division of real number is defined as follows. A divided by B is equals A over B, or equal to A times B raised to negative 1, or equal to A times 1 over B. This definition means that when you want to divide one number by another number, you replace the divisor with its reciprocal and then work the problem as a multiplication problem. Thus, So 18 over 6 or 18 divided by 6 is equal to 18 times 1/6. And the answer is 3. So that's the field properties of the real numbers. Okay? So that's it, guys. Please like, subscribe, follow to learn more. So marami pa po tayong pwedeng i-share, mga ka-movers. And thank you so much for of course for watching this video. So next time I will improve more videos for you. So this is again the movers. Please like, subscribe, and follow. Bye bye.